Hi, you are welcome to today's class. In today's class, we'll be dealing with addition of fraction. We'll be adding our fractions together. So today we are looking at addition of fractions. So we'll be adding fractions together. Now, let's assume that you are given this question: one whole number 7/12 plus 3 whole number 5/8 plus 5 whole number 3/4. You are asked to add this set of fractions together. So we can use two different methods to solve this kind of question. When it comes to addition of fraction, we have two different methods. So I'll be using the two methods to solve this question. So the first method is that that this fraction, they are mixed fractions. This is a mixed fraction. What's a mixed fraction? A mixed fraction is a fraction that has two parts. It has the whole number part and has a fraction part. So what you are going to do is the first step is that you put the whole number part, you put them together. You saw that this is the whole number part. The whole number part, this for this fraction is 1. This is the whole number part. This is the whole number part. So what you do is that the whole number part, you add it together, that will be 1 plus 3 plus 5. But the fraction part, you put them in bracket. The fraction part for the first one is 7/12 plus 5/8 plus 3/4. So you do that plus 3/4. What's the next thing? You just move on. 1 plus 3 is what? 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 5 is what? That's 9. Now for the fraction part in the bracket, you look for a number that 12 is a factor. You know that 12, the denominators for this fraction are 12, 8, and 4. So you look for a number that 12 is a factor of it, 8 is a factor of it, and 4 is a factor of it. If you don't know, that is, you look for a number that 12 can divide without a remainder, 8 can divide without a remainder, 4 can also divide it without a remainder. If you don't know the number, you can use your LCM to find the number. Just write 12, 8, and 4. So you think of a number. Once you find the LCM of 12, 8, and 4, so you can use 2. The rule is that you use a number that's a prime factor. We use 2. 2 in 12, that will be 6. 2 in 8, that will be 4. 2 in 4, that will be 2. 2 is can also go. 2 in 6, that will be 3. 2 in 4, that will be 2. 2 in 2, 1. 2 can still go. That will be 3, 1, 1. Then you have 3. That will be 1, 1, 1. So the LCM for 12, 8, and 4 will be 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 3, 24. That is, 24 is the number that 12 can divide without a remainder. 8 can divide without a remainder. 4 can divide without any remainder. So let's move on. Now the next thing is that how many 12? This 12. Use this 12 to divide this 24. That is, how many 12 can we find in 24? So 24 divided by 12. 12 will go 24 2 times. That 2 you now use to multiply its numerator, which is 7. So 2 times 7 plus, you move to the next fraction. This 8 is the denominator of the next fraction. So you use the 8 to divide 24. How many 8 can we see in 24? 24 divided by 8, that will be 3. That will be 3. You multiply with the numerator. The numerator is 5 plus the next fraction. The denominator for the next fraction is 4. You ask yourself, how many 4 can I see in 24? That is 24 divided by 4. That will be what? That will be 6. Then you multiply with the numerator. You move on. So you have 9 bracket. The 2 times 7 is what? That will be 14 plus 3 times 5. That will be 15 plus 6 times 3, that will be what? 18 all over 24. So that will give us 9. So let's do the rough calculation at this side. That is, we want to add these 3 numbers: 14 plus 15. If you add it together, 4 plus 5, you know that that's 9. 1 plus 1, that's 2. Then if you add 18 with it, the last one, 9 plus 8, that will be what? That will be 17. Keep 1. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 plus 1, 4. So you'll be having 9 whole number 47 divided by 24. So you divide it further. Now if you look at this fraction in the bracket, you can see that 24, you can use 24 to divide 47. 24 will go 47 1 times, remainder 23. Because 24 will go 47 1 times, you now write it as 9. The one time that the 24 can go in it, you add this like this: 9 plus 1. Now 24 into 47, that will be 1. Remainder what? You write the remainder, which is 23 over 24. So what is 9 plus 1? That will be 10 whole number, 23 over 24. That's our answer. 10 whole number, 23 over 24. Let's assume that you decide to use the other method. Now, how do you use the other method to solve for your, to add your fraction together? Let's assume that we are still solving the same fraction, but we want to use another method now. I'm having one whole number. You are giving one number 7 over 12 plus 3 whole number 5 over 8 plus 5 whole number 3 over 4. When you are using the other method, the second method, the first step is that change the mixed fraction to improper fraction. Change the mixed fraction to improper fraction. And how do you do that? Use the denominator to multiply the whole number. After multiplying with the whole number, then you add the denominator. This will be 12 times 1. 12 times 1 is what? 12 plus 7. That will be 19. So this will be 19 over what? Over 12 plus, what is, you use the denominator now. 8 times 3. 8 times 3 is what? 24. 24 plus 5, that will be 29 over 8 plus 4 times 5. The denominator for this fraction is 4. So you used to multiply the whole number, which is 5. 4 times 5 is what? 20 plus 3. That will be 23 over 4. So the next thing now is that you look for the what? The SM, the number that this 12, this 8, this 4 can divide without any remainder. I think we have done that with our SM. That will be 24. That will be 24. So you now start with the first fraction then. 12 in 24. That will be 12. This 12 you use it to divide this number. 12 to 24, that will be 2. Now use the 2 to multiply the 19 plus 8 in 24. 8 in 24 is what? That will be 3. That will be 3 times 29. 4 in 24, that will be what? 6. 6 times 23. So you move on. We have your 24 now. So we are going to solve it together. You can see that. So you have to say, what is 2 times 19? 2 times 19 is 38 plus, then plus 3 times 29. We are going to make use of this space to do our rough calculation. 29 times 3. 3 times 9, that's what? That's 27. Keep 2. 3 times 2, that will be 6. 6 plus 2, that will be 87. So 29 times 3 will give us 87. 87. Then the next one is 6 times 23. That will be 23 times 6. 6 times 3 is what? That will be 18. Keep 1. 6 times 2, that will be what? That will be 12 plus 1. That will be 13. That will be 138. So we are going to move on by adding the numerators, by adding them together. Now, 38 plus 87. 8 plus 7 is what? That's 15. You keep 1. 8 plus 3, that's 11. 11 plus 1, that'll be 125. Now 125 plus 138. Now 8 plus 5. What is 8 plus 5? That'll be 13. Keep 1. 3 plus 2, 5 plus 1, that'll be 6. 200 and what? 263. So our answer is 263 divided by 24. Now you have to divide 263. You have to divide 263 with 24. Now the simple way would have been that if there is a factor, there is a number that can divide 263 and 24, but there's no factor. You have to think of a number that, I think you have to divide this. You have to use the denominator, which is 24. You have to use to divide 263. So how many 24 can you see in 263? That will be 10. Because 24 times 10 will be what? 240. And the next 24, you know that 24 times 10 is 240. If you add another 24 to it, that will be 264. So 24 is 263. That will be 10. Is 10. Remainder 23 over 24. 10. Remainder 23 over 24. You can see that we are still having similar answer. That's by using different method. Now let's solve another fraction. Let's solve another fraction. The addition of fraction. We are treating addition of fraction. We are going to solve. We are using two different methods to solve it. So you learn the two methods. So when you are given a question in the class, you can attend to it depending on the method that you like. Now let's assume that you have something like this: 1 whole number 1 over 2 plus 2 whole number 1 over 3 plus 3 whole number 1 over 4. Now we're using the first method. What's the first method? You know that these are mixed fractions. You bring out the whole number. This is 1, the whole number. You bring it out, the whole number 1 plus 2 plus 3. After you have brought out the whole number, you put the fraction part in what? In bracket. The fraction part for the first fraction is half plus 1 over 3 plus 1 over 4. What's the next thing? The next thing is that you add the whole number part. That will be 1 plus 2, which is 3. 3 plus 3, that will be what? That will be 6. There. You find the SM of 2, 3, and 4. Remember that 2 can divide, 3 can divide, 4 can divide. If you don't know how to do it, you can just draw your 2. Yeah, you write out the denominator 2, 3, 4. So you write out the prime factors 2. 2 in 2 in 1. 2 cannot go in 3. So you maintain your 3. 2 in 4. That will be what? That will be 2. You can see use your 2. 1, 3. 2 in 2. That will be 1. Then you write your 3. That will be 1, 1, 1. So 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 3, 12. So 12 is that number that 2 will divide, 3 will divide, and 4 will divide without any remainder. So what's the next thing? You now pick it one after the other. This 2 in 12. How many 2 can we switch in 12? That will be 6. That will be 6 times 1 plus 3 in 12. 3 in 12 is what? 4. That will be 4 times 1 plus 4 in 12. That will be what? That will be 3. 3 times 1. So we'll be having 6 times 1. That will be 6 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3 over 12. That will give us 6 bracket. 6 plus 4 is what? 10. 10 plus 3, that will be 13 over 12. If you look at this fraction very well, you know that 12 can still go in 13. Yeah, 12 will go in 13 one time, remainder 1. So that will be 6. The 12 that can go in 13 one time, you add 1. The remainder will be 1 over 12. So our final answer 6 plus 1, that will be 7 whole number 1 over 12. This is our final answer. Let's use the other method. Now let's assume that you want to use the other method. You're having 1 whole number 1 over 2 plus 2 whole number 1 over 3 plus 3 whole number 1 over 4. The first method is that change the mixed fraction into improper fraction by saying 2 times 1, 2 plus 1. That will be 3 over 2 plus 3 times 2, 6 plus 1. That will be 7 over 3 plus 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12 plus 1. That will be 13 over 4. You look for the SM. The SM we've done it before. That's 12. So 2 in 12. You use the denominator to divide the number. 2 in 12, that will be 6. So you have 6 times 3 plus 3 in 12, that will be 4. 4 times 7 plus 4 in 12, that will be what? That will be 3. 3 times 13. So you move on. What is 6 times 3? 6 times 3 is what? 18 plus 4 times 7, that's 28 plus 3 times 13. That will be what? That will be 39 over 12. So let's add our numerator together. We'll make use of this little space. Now 18 plus 28. That will be 8 plus 8 is what? 16. Keep 1. 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1. That will be 46. Then your 46, you add the 39. 9 plus 6, that's what? That's 15. Keep 1. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 1, that will be what? 85. So our answer is what? 85 divided by 12. But we're not going to stop there. We're still going to break it down. You use this 12 to divide 85. How many 12? Then how many 12 can we see in 85? That will be 7, because 12 times 7 is what? 84. So 12 will go in 85. How many times? 7. Remainder 1 over 12. 12 times 7, 84 plus 1, 85. You can see that we still have similar answer to the answer that we had when we used the first method. So finally, we have come to the end of today's class. If you are watching this channel, if you are joining this channel for the first time, you are joining my class for the first time, Mr. Willis Maths class, do not forget to subscribe and make sure you put on the notification icon so that you can get notified when I post new videos. And do not forget to write something about today's class in the comment box. I'm so happy to have you in today's class. Looking forward to having you in our next class. Thank you and God bless you.